Hey traders, it's Steve from the Stock Index Trading Room. I hope this finds you well and safe. I have been on a break, not from the room and trading, but Rob Mitchell has been working diligently on some things that we're excited to bring you soon and very soon. And in the next few weeks, we're going to look at some ideas that will help prepare you for that. Then we'll have a webinar and introduce the full and teach the full concept to you. So the next 2 or 3 weeks are just going to be prep work for that. And what we're going to be talking about is how we have always pinpointed market entries using advanced order flow methods. That's all we do. And then we have several approaches that fit different individual traders. Not everybody wants to trade the same thing. So we give our members options to find methods that work for them and their belief. And it's a real nice way to go for our members. But what we're going to talk about in the next few weeks is we're going to trade structure, support, and resistance, which is the main thing that we focus on in a room each day. But we're going to talk about trading from edges. We have a lot of really nice continuation signals, and we're not getting away from that. There's a way to use that in connection with this. But then we also have traders that are more swing type traders that would rather look for major market turns and trade from edge to edge. So that's that. Let's make it legal. And if you've never read this, please do so. 2 keys to, I say short-term trading, any trading really. One is to have a method, system, strategy, proven way to determine likely direction of market movement. You know, where's it going to go? From where? From when? Those types of things. We use structure, we use order flow, and we use ultimate trend identification system, Smart Momentum, which we have used for a lot of years. Smart Momentum, UTIS has an 85% track record over many years to peg the next move in the market. So we have an advantage. And then we just then need to find proven winning market entries in the likely direction of expansion. And then when we enter market from an edge or the beginning of a move, experienced traders have a huge advantage over the rest of the market. And that's what we focused on in the room is let's find, which way we're going. That's important. But where do we trade that from is much more important, doubly important. Price follows order flow unless, somebody drops a bomb or a news bomb or something like that. Market price action, price follows order flow. So it stands to reason that when traders use advanced order flow methods to find entries into the market, they're going to prevail over other traders. It's just common sense. The only question we need to ask is, using the tools we have, can we find reliable repeating price action patterns that give us an edge in our trading? Picture's worth a lot of words, 1,000 words. I've never counted. I bet you haven't either. But anyway, let's just look at the charts and see what we do. And I'm going to show you one idea, trading from the edge using advanced order flow reads and how we do it in a room. So we're going to focus on our middle panel of indicators. This is Trap Trader Oscillator Advanced Needle Bars, and this is a room favorite. Needle bars are a room favorite. And the reason is a needle bar is just simply a visual representation of what's going on inside a bar. So most traders like to look here and not here. And they're watching price. And the reason that tends to be difficult to make work, in case you're one of those traders that spend their time watching price bars and struggle is if you're using price to justify price, you know, we're higher here or lower here, just based on nothing solely other than price, it's very limited in its application, and it often gets beat up in choppy market conditions. So in our room, we certainly use price, but we're going to use it in reference to order flow. Where is order flow and where should it be? Do we have an advantage with unbalanced order flow? And if the answer to those are yes, then we're going to justify price based on price, past price action, but not just looking back to trade forward, justifying price with price. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at this. If you have questions, shoot me an email, support@StockIndex Trading Room. If you want more information or you want to come take advantage of this, visit our website, stockindextradingroom.com. And this chart is from Friday, June the 24th, and we're going to focus on this. And here's all we're going to do. We're going to look from entries that are undervalued. I think y'all call that oversold, right? Overbought and oversold, right? Oversold. We call it undervalued. One of the things you'll notice is when we get our needle bars below the purple reference line, this is just a panel that the needle bars are, it goes between 0 and 100, that the needle bars are plotted on. And then we have some lines, these are not random, that denote we've gone too far. We've gone too far in a direction and we're likely to reverse a little or a lot. We never know that going into the situation. So we look for other things. But the first thing we're going to do, trading from the edge, is the market undervalued here? Somewhat. We have this. One of the things you'll notice is I get a green dot here and we go up. I get a green dot here and we go up. I get a red dot here, we go down a little, a red dot here, a bar. We don't want to trade for a bar. A red dot here, it goes down a lot. So we don't trade just that, but you start to see, wow, there's some maybe some method in this madness of what we call short-term trading. So we're going to look for an undervalued or an overvalued market to enter. Okay, so the second thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this pink and green zone. This is called Smart Dynamic Zone. And very simply put, it is reading order flow, support, and resistance within a time frame. Within a time frame that Rob has found to be the best over a very long period of time. You know, how many bars back do we look to compare things to find what's going on? So what I'll point out is this: when our green line, which is always above the pink line, when our green line is below our midpoint line, this is this white line going through the middle of the panel. When a green line is below it, we tend to rotate up. When a green line is below it and we enter or fire through or get below and fire through, we tend to go up substantially. Okay, so the green bar is below our midpoint line, or SDZ is in position and the market goes up. Okay, we're in position and the market goes up. Okay, so we're using that as our filter to find undervalued areas, and then we're looking for breakout order flow. We want to break through resistance, as many resistant points as we can, to find moves that are most likely to move in our favor from a value that needs to balance. So the minimum is that we get some market movement in our favor. The maximum is we get in the market from an edge, and we look for continued movement. So what we're going to do to set the trade up is that green has to be below. Okay, pink has to be above. but then we have to fire through it. Okay, so we're looking, this is Friday, and if you follow our work, you know how bullish we were when we opened above value, above range. It's just, it's a very, very explosive situation on the open. Our opening range target was 30 points up in the 60 area. And we do that every morning. We have targets that we look for in our first couple of periods, first 30 minutes and things like that. So here we go. We had several buys. We've got some stuff in here that we use, and we were looking for 60 up in here, which we hadn't hit yet. And I'm just going to show you a signal. You can justify and qualify, you know, where we are in time and the period and all of this. But here's our first entry that I want to teach from the edge. Smart dynamic zone is below our midpoint line, green's below. We have a needle bar that fires all the way through 3 green and 2 red, 1 red, and almost, anyway, we have this engulf situation and we fire through all of that. That gets us above support and resistance. So from an order flow, not from a price standpoint, it has very little to do with future market movement. But order flow needs to rotate up. We've broken through support and resistance. We are above resistance. We are above support. Trending in that direction is not a given, but it's as close as we'll ever have. And our needle bar fires all the way through the zone and the midpoint line. So this would be undervalued. Order flow is imbalanced to the downside. Everything that we have is pointing up. And you can see that was a really nice entry. Now let's look. Order flow gets a little top heavy. Well, how do we want to trade that? Well, if we can come from an overvalued situation and our needle bar goes through support and resistance, okay, that would say we're probably going to track down. And we did. Now, this doesn't happen often. Where we go from overvalued to undervalued with order flow, normally what happens is we'll be undervalued, and then we straddle, our SDZ straddles the zone. It just means conditions are normal. We're going to rotate in sort of not a random fashion, but in a sort of a back and fill type fashion. So we were overvalued, and we went down some. Now we're undervalued. Oh no. What are we going to do? Well, if we get undervalued SDZ, we have green lines under the midpoint line. We've got a green bar here. We go here. That's a buy signal. Well, I know what you're thinking. So, do you have tools that read order flow balance? We have order flow balance here. We get a needle bar through, but it's not from an extreme. Okay, it doesn't engulf an extreme. So while it went down a point or two, that's not an entry in our system. So all this is real simple. I've got a couple more marked. I think I've got some marked over here. Here's one. We get a TTO dot above. Check. No, it's not. And our pink lines above, check. Here's one. I didn't mark all these. I'm not going to go through this and mark all of these. There's a buy that didn't work very well. We have signals that start in our favor but don't finish. And then we're above here and we go down, and we're below here and we go up. And even if you want to trade this type of price action, you can see you would not be on the incorrect side. You would be trading from the edge. And you can use other techniques if you like. We like pivot retags, things like that we teach in a room. But this is the basic principle of this. And we're starting to work from the edge to prepare you for some other things that are coming your way from the stock index trading room. But that was a brief look at Friday and some nice entry signals and just a concept to use. Okay, a concept to use. We are using support and resistance, but from price action and order flow, not just price bars. And SDZ, Smart Dynamic Zone, gives us that advantage, and you can see how powerful it is for our members. So everything that we use was coded by World Cup trading champion and master trader, master coder Rob Mitchell. So on behalf of Rob, all the members of the Stock Index Trading Room, we hope you're trading well. And stay tuned. We have more things to come to complete this. And then we'll have a 45-minute live session that we go through this in detail to see if you would like to add this to your trading and help you trade better, either become more successful or get on the right side of success in trading. So be well, be safe, trade well. We look forward to seeing you again soon.